when you like someone, then it's your responsibility
Mm-hmm.
to tell them where they can improve themselves.
Yeah.
So if you will not give me any suggestion, it means you don't like me.
That's I'm still thinking.
So much stamina
Hmm?
on this class, like it was actually
Hmm?
too much stamina, sir.
No, because it's it's our like uh, working for life. If we will not if we will not teach, university will not give us money, we cannot survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But yes, it is always up to you that uh, how you behave responsibly, how you apply all your knowledge, all your time to deliver to the students. So all of us should we just try to deliver maximum to the students. Still, everybody, all we are human beings, so there are possibilities. Nobody can be perfect, and all the time I always believe every time after every semester I feel some improvement in my knowledge, because every time when I'm teaching, I just try to think, to learn many things, learn some things from the students. Every time when the class finishes, it's actually a new experience. It actually gives you a new direction, a new way of like thinking about about how to handle the situations, because every class they have different behavior. So you learn something new. Now, despite this, besides this, I also try to learn things from the course contents which we study. So still, that's why I'm asking you that in our when we do research, when we prepare article, for example during the PhD, every time when I prepare the manuscript, I submit it to my supervisor, and I check it many times, like 10 times. I do the proofread, and when I give it to the supervisor, he just looks at it and he tells me 10 mistakes all of a sudden. Why this happens? Because when we look at our work, when we look at ourselves, we can't figure out where we are lacking. We need a lot of effort to realize what are our mistakes, what are our deficiencies. But when some other person is looking at you, they are looking at you with a different perspective, and they can definitely see many things. There are many positive things and negative things. So that's why at the end of every class I just want to know from the audience that where I was lacking and where should I improve myself. So that's why I'm asking. I'll be more than happy if you will tell me something. If you don't tell me, it's okay, but if you will tell me, I'll be happy and I will try to improve those things. So if you have something to tell me, you can say.
Yeah. Sir, I don't find any like
Okay, anyone else? But
when I was studying here in Pakistan, you are fulfilling the criteria like how I imagined the online study or how I experienced before, you know. That's why.
how about other students? Rayane, I just want to know something so that next time, because I don't know, I'll be teaching you guys again. I think we are done. We will not meet again in any subject, but of course
That was pleasure.
your junior batch will be my students again. I'm teaching them advanced mathematics 1 this semester, and I'll be teaching advanced mathematics 2 to them in the next semester. So if you will give me some
I think
suggestions, I can
you,
implement those suggestions to do better with them.
as you were saying, like we will have a probability course, full-fledged course in
Uh,
our next semester or maybe
that's
coming
not,
semester.
yeah, but that's not my major. Uh, there will be a different
Oh,
teacher for
okay.
that. I can teach, but I will not teach because because
Mhm.
my actual major is math and physics. My PhD is mathematical physics. But I always prefer to teach because when you are teaching every like these at BS level subjects, every PhD person who is PhD in science they can teach. Anyone can teach these subjects, but if you want to go deep into the concepts, then you should always prefer teaching your major subjects because from reading the PPTs and just reading the lecture notes and finishing the lecture, it's not enough if you cannot if you
Mhm.
cannot tell the physical meanings of everything, if you cannot explain how the things are working in the background, then I think it is injustice with the customer. Whose customers are our students. They are paying and they are coming here to learn something. They are not coming here to listen our stories and just to listen the PPTs and all this. They are here. You people are here to learn something. So if I am unable to explain the deep meaning of anything, then I should not teach that thing. So although I know I can teach probability stat, we have studied these subjects in our masters, but it's not my major. So I let it go to the people who are there, who actually belong to this major, because they can explain
Mhm.
much better. So I will always be I always prefer physics and math. That's why.
Mm. It's okay,
Actually,
sir. We can meet again. Why not?
You can join advanced mathematics too.
Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, sorry. I was saying, from how do you get this idea to learn to teach this way, like on the camera towards the board and
As actually, I do not like this online stuff. I totally it's like it's a kind of burden on me to teach online. So, but I told you always. I told you that I like listening after every few lines, after every few questions, things doing on the board. I want to see the expression of the audience. So when you do not speak, I feel like that I'm doing nothing. And a teacher must always look at the audience face. If they are getting bored, if they are not understanding, sometime I feel that you guys are, even the two three guys who are always here with me, they also get like a boring feeling. So I always try to move to the next topic, or to change it, or to try to explain it more, and I try to change the things so that you cannot get bored.
so there is also a little possibility sometimes we didn't respond instantly because you are teaching and like when I respond and you start the next line and I feel like I'm interrupting you. So that's why sometimes I didn't respond. So it doesn't mean like we are
No, I know,
bored or
I know,
something.
I know this thing, but I'm just saying, not all the time. Like it happened very few times, but still, you also know, and I also know that some very few times. But I got a feeling that there is something boring. Of course, this is
So
math.
it's not like saying that we're not talking. That's why we're boring. The class makes us bored. It's not like that. Yeah, it's obviously it's a difficult. That's like fully 4 hours on concentrate in a
Yeah,
mathematics class.
I
It's a
understand.
little bit hard, but we're trying, sir. But it's not mean that we are bored in your class
You know,
or anything
this
else. But
this subject. Of course, you people are from the computer science, and mostly the batches they coming from IT or computer science. So you only need to know the concepts of mathematics. You don't need to know the much of the calculations, much of the rocket science, those thing. That's why you like you have the experience with me, and you know me, that I never like mark the things for the perfection. I never check your answers for the answer for the final answers. No, I always just try to push you guys to have some concepts, because you are going to use these things in your major subjects. Your major is not mathematics, your major is not physics. You are going to use these things into your major, let's suppose computer science. And for computer science, let's suppose we are talking about the matrix, then for computer science you only need to know that how a matrix work. You do not need to calculate the product of two, like 30 by 30 matrices. You don't need to do that, because you will do this on computer. But you should know that how the rule works for the product of two matrices. So that's why I always focus on explaining more and less calculations, so that you can just get the benefit of understanding, and just to build up that how to speak mathematically and how to think mathematically. And this course, especially discrete mathematics, this this whole contents is nothing. These are all things which you already know. But in this subject you have seen that the things were described to you with some logic. Before that, you were not able to write n equals to m minus n plus m, whatever we did that just previously.
N minus n plus
Or maybe you were able, but
1.
you were not expert in it. Now you have many ways to write one thing. So this is how you can give the logic. You can manipulate the audience. This is how manipulate with logic. If you know the logic, then you can manipulate any person in the field easily. But if you do not know the logic, and if you are just giving blunders, then of course nobody will convince to you. Once one time they will listen to you, and they will understand, no, this guy is just making blunders. Next time they will not listen to you. So the main purpose of this subject is to build logic. And to build logic, the main thing is that you should know the deep meaning. You should know the behind the scene what is happening. You can read it 2 plus 2 equals to 4. But how 2 plus 2 equals to 4? Because of the rule of addition. And how this thing happened? Because we had a formula that a plus b equals to what, so far. So everything, so knowing that what happens behind this, everything all in during this subject what we have been teaching and studying, everybody knows. Even if you go to the market, a common man knows all these things. I just told you about the tournament when we were playing during the childhood. I have seen this kind of tree with those people, and they were illiterate. But I have seen they just know how to write the names and this thing, like just 2 classes, 3 classes, but they are making the tree, this tree. But the problem is they do not they only know this thing from the experience. They do not know what is happening inside, and how, if I want to change the situation, what will we do. But if you know this, the concept behind it, Now you can change any kind of the tournament. Like here, we did that. Okay, two teams playing consecutively. They will keep playing if we do not confine them into a certain boundary. And that thing which you know that how to change the situation, and to change the situation you need a logical mind. If there is no logic, you cannot change the situation. So all this thing is, these courses is all about understanding, nothing no, about the calculation. Anything else? Sleeping?
No, sir, just thinking.
Concentrating your lecture, sir.
Anyways, this was a very good time so far, and I believe personally that you must be feeling improvement in your personality if you have studied, like if you have been trying to follow the lectures or trying to follow the subjects. You must feel improvement in your body language. You must feel improvement in your way of thinking and handling a situation. If you feel like 1% change in your personality, it means it worked.